So here we are. It's January 28th. January 28th, 2024. Trump's been the president for a week and a day, and so many things are happening. It's pretty incredible to watch. I'd like to just go over a couple of things that are happening that I find to be very, very awesome. Scott Bessent got confirmed as the Treasury Secretary, the new Treasury Secretary.
My first time doing this.
And, you know, it's funny, what people aren't going to...
Why
is it being back?
So here we are. It's January 28th. January 28th, 2024.
1 second,
Trump's
guys.
been the president for a week and a day, and so many things are happening.
Okay, I'm going to talk to you guys. This is Conservative Coffee Talk with SOLI. My first episode. I'm just starting doing this today. I want to document what's going on with the Trump administration daily if I can. I also want to stream some other platforms, so be patient with me while I'm doing this. But it's been a week and a day. It's been 1 week and 1 day since Donald Trump took office. I'm very, very happy with what's happened so far. How are you guys feeling about it? What's the mood out there in the country, in Twitter, in TikTok land? So I wanted to talk about so many things have happened, so many appointments have happened, Trump's getting his cabinet put in place. I'm really proud about Scott Bessent, the Treasury Secretary, getting confirmed. Scott Bessent's a very, very successful business person, and what I'm very happy about, and it shouldn't matter. I mean, we've gone from America last to America first. And it shouldn't matter, but I think it's worth saying that Scott Bessent is an openly gay man. He's been openly gay for his entire adult life, and that didn't factor into Trump's hiring him or nominating him to be the new Treasury Secretary in one bit, and it shouldn't have. We're moving away from that, guys. I think it's great to move away from anything that divides us, anything that divides people. I love the fact that we're moving toward a merit-based economy, a merit-based way of hiring people. The fact that Scott Bessent is an openly gay man should not factor into anything, and it didn't for Trump. But I think it's worth mentioning because on the other side, for the last 4 years, they've made such a big deal about things like that, you know, that there should be quotas and mandates, DEI measures to help make sure that people with Scott's inclinations get the same opportunities as everybody else. Well, they do. If you have what it takes to get the job, whatever that job is, and that's where the country's headed, and I'm very, very excited that's the case because. I'm sorry, guys, I'm going live on Twitter as well, so I'm multitasking. I appreciate your patience with me. This is Conservative Coffee Talk, new show I just created on my TikTok morning walk. I'm drinking super coffee. If you guys are coffee drinkers, I'm on the west coast of the United States, so it's still pretty early. It's 8:30 in the morning. But once again, I wanted to talk about what's going on with Trump's. It's been a week and a day. Now, I've seen a lot of folks on the other side talking about the price of eggs. And I agree, eggs are way too expensive. Most grocery items are still way too expensive, but pretty hard to, Bidenomics is still the law of the land, guys. It's been a week and a day. And I think Trump's issued 38 executive orders so far. A lot of those are about domestic issues, some of them about foreign policy. But he's doing everything he can to get this economy moving, you know? So, It is, you know, he's doing his best. It's been a week and a day. Joe Biden and Kamala Harris were in charge for 4 years, and it's going to take a minute to get things back in line. You know, get things working the right way. And I'm willing to give Trump time to do that. I hope you guys are as well, because I think he has what it takes to make it happen. He won the popular vote. He won the Electoral College. America has spoken. I mean, Trump won all the swing states. So. I'd like to just say that I'm very proud of what Trump has done so far. And here's something that I've noticed that I missed. I missed in the last 4 years. And again, guys, everything I'm saying is for entertainment and entertainment and educational purposes only. You know, I'm an independent journalist. I don't know. I'm a UGC. I'm a content creator. But what I'm trying to do is just cut through the noise and get to the main. I think the main what Americans are feeling right now. And again, I can't speak for everyone. I can speak for just myself. And I am not here to say anything bad about people on the left. I am not here to disrespect anyone. I'm just very proud of what Trump's doing, because here's the thing. He told us on the campaign trail what he was going to do. He told us about how he's going to approach these huge issues that have been plaguing the country for 4 years: open borders, endless wars, double-digit inflation, things that affect everybody. I'm going to say good morning to everyone. Hello, hi, Joe. How are you? Hello, Golden, Danny. My snap is foot. I don't know what that means, but that's funny. I'm just saying good morning to everybody. Hope you're having some coffee wherever you are, or whatever you need to wake up. I just went for a morning run, my TikTok morning walk/run. And now I'm TikTok morning walk/run. And now I'm doing every morning I want to do a little conservative coffee talk where I connect with my followers and just sort of talk about what's going on, get your guys' take on the daily news. It's been a whirlwind of activity. It's kind of hard to keep up with all of it. So I'm just here to highlight certain things that I think stand out. From my perspective, again, I'm only one person. I'm not an expert. I'm not claiming to be an expert. I'm not claiming to know anything more than you guys do. But I am not a member of any news organization. I'm an independent content creator, and I'm very proud of the fact that I'm here on TikTok talking to you guys. I'm also on Rumble and Truth Social and Twitter and all those other platforms as well. But I think, in speaking about TikTok, I think Trump's given the company another 75 days to find an American partner. I do agree that ByteDance owning the company, ByteDance owning TikTok exclusively is a bit of a national security issue. They have access to all of our data, to our children's data. I understand that impulse to want to protect Americans' personal identities. I think that's very important, and I think that Trump's going to find the right partner. As of this morning, Bill Gates of Microsoft fame has talked about wanting to be that partner. I know that Dennis, Mr. Wonderful, is also interested in buying TikTok or partnering with TikTok. I think Trump's idea of the American partner who ends up partnering with TikTok will get a 50% stake in it, and that the government will receive that revenue as well. So it's going to create more money for our country, which I think is wonderful. I mean, TikTok is a huge, I think it's 170 million active users on this very app on which we're speaking right now, and that's important. That's huge, and it's an important part of the country now. So I hope that TikTok gets to stay. And I think what would happen is if with an American partner with TikTok, they would be able to change the algorithm and make it more safe, and make it so that the company that owns the American partner and or the Chinese partner wouldn't be able to have access to our personal data the way that they do now. Again, this is my understanding of it. I am not an expert, but I do care about this app and I care about social media, but I do care about especially kids, minors that don't really understand, maybe they're not savvy enough to understand these issues. We want to make sure they're protected for sure, right? Jesus, Rick, Steven, Denny, how are you? Golden Love, Danny, Nemo, I'm saying hello to everybody. This is Conservative Coffee Talk. I just named it. I just started it today. I had the idea on my run this morning, so I'm here doing it. I hope you like it. But I started off talking about Scott Bessent, who was just confirmed as the new Treasury Secretary. Scott's an openly gay man. He's been that way his entire life, and I love the fact that did not play one part in his getting nominated. He got nominated for that job based on his merit, based on his success in the business world, and I thought he handled himself really well during the appointment hearings with Congress. I mean, they grilled him pretty badly, which is their jobs. Congress should grill the incoming administration's appointees and find out what they're really about, since they're going to be holding key positions in the government and making decisions that affect our lives. And I thought that Scott Bessent, who'd never been in front of a congressional committee in his life, handled it like a pro, because he just spoke from the heart and spoke the truth. And he does agree with Donald Trump that tariffs are a way of getting the country back in line economically. Tariffs will help bring in billions, maybe even trillions in revenue to the United States. And it seems like the offer that Trump is making to foreign companies is, if you're a foreign company based outside the U.S. and we're buying a lot of your products and we place tariffs on those products, That'll make us a lot of money, but it'll cost them a lot of money. Come to the United States, bring your data centers, bring your corporations here, no tariffs, and maybe even some tax breaks for a year or two. It's very common. On the state level, I know lots of governors that give big industries tax breaks to bring corporations to their states to create jobs. I mean, I know that there is some corporations do make too much money and don't pay enough in taxes. That is an issue that I think Trump will tackle during his 4 years. But they do create a lot of jobs, and people need to work. And as we all know, I've experienced it. The last 4 years have been pretty tough. All the prices have gone up. Once energy prices come down, everything else should become more expensive. That seems to be the thinking and the formula. So Trump's goal is to drill, baby, drill, bring down the cost of gas, and that'll immediately help a lot of people of any economic status afford their lives better. And then with the new Treasury Secretary coming in, believing that tariffs are also the way to get people, not only foreign companies and foreign businesses, to pay more to buy our goods, some of those companies will relocate to the U.S. and create lots of jobs for Americans. I see it as a plus. I see it as all being very, very positive. I know everyone on here is not a Republican. I know some of you folks that are listening don't agree with anything that I'm saying, and that's completely fine. As I said at the beginning of Conservative Coffee Talk, I'm drinking super coffee this morning. I'm not endorsing this product. I'm not trying to sell it in any way. It's got a lot of caffeine and it works. But I'd love to hear from you guys. What do you think? Am I crazy? Am I making sense? Are you happy with Trump a week and a day? I think for a week and a day, I think Trump signed 38 executive orders so far, and I think his first 100 days are going to be remarkable. I love the fact that Marco Rubio has been confirmed. He got confirmed with no dissent, 99-0. So it's pretty great for Marco Rubio. Thank you for the hearts, guys. Good morning. This is Conservative Coffee Talk. It's a brand new show that I just created today. I love TikTok. I think it's Marco Rubio's issued a worldwide order that only the American flag will fly at any U.S. embassy around the world. Makes sense. Again, it shouldn't step on anyone's toes to only fly the American flag at our embassies. I mean, that's basically a piece of America all over the world, and the American flag is the symbol of our country. So I'm fine with all of Trump's actions so far. There's only so much you can do in a week and a day. And what I've seen online, I've seen some pushback from the Democrats, and that's fine. They're now the party, and they're now the minority party, now the party in opposition. We've switched roles. You know, when Joe Biden was the president, Joe Biden enjoyed the White House and the Senate. Well, at this current moment, President Donald Trump has control of all three branches of government: the executive, the Congress, and the Senate. And we also have a conservative majority in the Supreme Court. That's a pretty cool thing for us to be able to get a lot of work done very quickly, especially in the first 100 days, to pass the America First policies that Trump ran on and that Trump got elected for. I think that's great. And I think Trump is doing what he said he would do. I love the fact that he's reinstated. Any military service member in any branch of the government, any rank, that lost their jobs because they refused to take the jab, which again, that was a matter of conscience. It should not, in my personal opinion, and this is just my personal opinion, again, this is for educational and entertainment purposes only. I'm not telling anyone what to do at all. I'm just saying that I think people should, I know that in my state, I'm in Nevada, in the United States of America, some casino workers and some union workers were also in that position, and they chose the way they chose, and it affected their careers, or it didn't. But I don't think at the military level, when you're working for the actual federal government yourself, I don't think it was appropriate to make people, to force them to get the jab. And so Trump just signed an executive order reinstating over 8,000 people to return to with back pay, to return to the rank that they left if they so choose. So some folks won't come back. I mean, some people have left the military and pursued other opportunities, as you have to, right? You've got to feed your family. You've got to pay your bills. You have to pay the rent. You have to pay the mortgage. So, but the ones that do come back, what a blessing it is to have an incoming president say, "We're so sorry that we let you go because you made a rational decision about what you wanted to put in your own body. And you're welcome back if you want to, with back pay, back benefits, back everything. And you can pick up where you left off or not. You get the money either way. I think that's pretty cool. I don't see that even as a partisan issue, because I'm sure there's some Democrats that maybe didn't want to get the jab too, that lost their jobs, and they can get their jobs back now too. I think Trump is bending over backwards in the last week and a day, and at the end of his campaign trail, especially to say, if he won, and he did win, and now he's the president, he's everyone's president. He's also president. He's also Democrats' president. I know that's hard to swallow for some guys, for some people out there. I wasn't very fond of Joe Biden at all, but he was the president. I wasn't fond of Kamala Harris at all, but she was the vice president. I respect the office. So I hope that Democrats are cheering on Trump and cheering on J.D. Vance right now and cheering on the America First movement, because it's going to help everybody of any economic situation. The Trump tax cuts that were supposed to sunset at the end of this year are not going to sunset. They're going to continue. What I've been hearing from Scott Bessent and from the Trump team in terms of taxes, if Trump did nothing, if the new President Trump did nothing, American taxes go up by over $4 trillion this year. That's kind of the way Biden left it. So they're working on a reconciliation bill. Will they be able to lower these taxes, raise tariffs on other countries, bring in new businesses to the United States, and help Americans lower prices and make more money? Trump was just in my state, Nevada, on Saturday. Today is Tuesday. He was just here a few days ago, and he promised a stadium full of thousands of people, most of whom are service industry workers, waiters, waitresses, people that work for tips in Nevada, which is a lot of them, even dealers. When you go to a casino in Las Vegas, the dealers pull their tips. But making tips in a state like Nevada is a big deal. If you live in a tourist town, tips are pretty important. Tips are important for anyone. I mean, if you're a hairdresser, if you're anyone that makes... I'm a musician. I'm a pro player here in Las Vegas, and we make tips, and we have to report those tips. I think it'd make a lot of sense for people to be able to keep their tips, that's cash in hand, and just to pay bills, to pay for food. It helps everybody, and I love the fact that Trump said it on the campaign trail, and in his first week and a day, he's talking about it. He's going to make sure that Congress gets it through, and it's going to help a lot of people, Democrats included. I mean, I know a lot of Democrats here in Las Vegas. A lot of musicians and entertainers are Democrats. Good for them. God bless all of them. And I want them to have more money too. So I think that this America First movement is really awesome. I'm very proud of Trump so far. I mean, we're not going to like everything he does and says, but I do think his heart's in the right place. This morning, by the way, this is conservative coffee talk with SOLI. I'm drinking super coffee right now. Are there any coffee drinkers out there? Can you give me some hearts if you like coffee? This is a lot of milligrams of caffeine, but hey, I need it. Anyway, I'm going to say hi to some folks while I'm still talking. Let's see here. Hello, everybody. I'm going to just say hi to people that I'll invite you on. You want to talk? Let's talk. I'm in Nevada. I'm in a state where tips are super, super important. And again, I'm not here to talk about all the news. It's impossible to cover everything. But I think in a week and a day, Trump has done a heck of a lot to honor his campaign promises to a lot of different people, to service men and women who lost their jobs because of COVID. They're going to be reinstated with their back pay if they want to come back. They'll get the money either way. Trump's talking about building an Iron Dome in this country, which I think is a fantastic idea. Israel's Iron Dome knocked down over 300 missiles that were shot by Iran and Lebanon and Hamas since October 7th. And it's something that the technology now exists for us to have an Iron Dome in the United States. And with IBMs, with North Korea and a lot of our adversaries now have IBMs. It makes perfect sense for the United States to have an Iron Dome as well. So I'm in favor of that as well. And Trump has promised, if that does get approved by Congress, every single piece of the Iron Dome that will protect the United States from adversaries' missiles, everything to do with that project will be made in the USA. Every missile delivery system, every person that works on the program will all be employed right here in the US. It'll, again, create jobs, make Americans more safe. I don't see how these things are controversial so far. But again, I am conservative. I am a Republican. Everyone here is invited to talk. Everyone here is invited to share their opinions. I'm not here to say anything bad about anybody, not my personality. I think we're all Americans, and we'll all have the right to our opinions. I understand if you're not happy with Trump winning and being president, if you weren't a fan of him. I was never a fan of Joe Biden and Kamala Harris. I made that very well known publicly, but they were the president and vice president, but they're gone now. And now Trump, in a week and a day, has started to confirm his America First policies. He's getting his cabinet confirmed. This week's the big week. We've got to get Kash Patel confirmed. We've got to get Tulsi Gabbard confirmed. But little by little, he's moving very quickly to get the people he wanted in his cabinet confirmed. All America First patriots, which is great. His goal is to end the war in Israel, end the war in Ukraine, close up the borders, lower prices, get the economy back in track, and move the country forward. And that's going to help every single person. Energy is the key to all of it, guys. If we can lower the cost of gas and the cost of energy, that affects everyone, every single company, every single individual, every family, and that's going to happen sooner than later. But we are still living under Bidenomics. It's only been a week and a day. So what Joe Biden did in the last 4 years is still happening in the economy. Trump's attacking it as quickly as he can to lower prices and to get the right people in line. He's slashing regulations, like he said he would, at the federal level. And that will bring down the prices. That will make things more affordable. It'll take a little while for those things to take effect. Hey, Rima, how you doing? Infinite Being, Gabrielle, I'm going to invite you on if you want to come and talk to me. Shanzi, Katina, how are you? Infinite Being, hey, thanks, man. Jack Dugan, Rob, I'm saying hi to the folks on the chat. I'm not going to talk too long this morning. I want to make this morning conservative coffee talk just a quick little recap of what's happening. This week, the highlights are going to be getting Kash Patel confirmed, getting Tulsi Gabbard confirmed, and I think that's about it. There's only most of Trump. Obama was the last president who was able to get his entire cabinet confirmed within, I think, 2 or 3 weeks. He kind of broke the record. It's called the Obama standard, and Trump's right on line with that. It took Biden about 40 days to get his cabinet members confirmed. I'm not sure how far back that goes, but it's an awesome thing to see Trump putting America First patriots in charge of these governments. Trump's also been removing some people in D.C. that don't do much, that kind of have been kind of skating along for a long time, having bloated salaries and not really doing anything. He's getting rid of those positions, and I think that's great too. I mean, I think the idea of a Department of Government Efficiency is a great one because there's a lot of bloat in the government. There's a lot of people getting paid to not do much. A lot of folks who work remotely still have office spaces that they're paying $500 a square feet for in Washington, D.C. They're going to either come back to work or not. But they're just trying. I think the point of trying to make the government more efficient is a proposal that I think all Americans would welcome. You know, I certainly do. Anything to lower taxes, stop the debt from going up so quickly, and start chipping away at that is a good thing for everyone. It's a good thing for our kids. We don't want our kids to inherit this huge national debt. But back to Trump's first week in a day, I'm super happy with what he's done. I hope you guys are too. This is a conservative coffee talk. I'm going to come on every morning and chat with you, drink some coffee, and before the day gets crazy and everyone goes to work, or if you're already at work, hey, thanks for the hearts, guys. I'm on Pacific Standard Time. I'm on LA time. And by the way, quick update on the California fires. Again, I heard this today on the socials and on some mainstream media outlets. The California fires, as we speak right now at my time, 8:51 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, Los Angeles time. Thank God the California wildfires are 95% out. I think a little close to 30 people have lost their lives, which is tragic. But Governor Newsom has agreed to fast track all the permitting process to be able to return people to their homes or what's left of them, or to the land on which their homes used to sit, and they'll be able to start building right away and start reconstruction right away. The permitting process in California usually takes a lot longer. There's a lot of red tape in California, and Newsom has signed an order to fast track that so people can get back to their properties, or what's left of them, back to the land on which those properties used to sit, and start to rebuild right away. That's a blessing. because California, there's a lot of gridlock, there's a lot of red tape to getting things done there, to starting businesses, to building, and Newsom has agreed to fast track all that to help people right away, which I think is awesome. My question is just why not fast track it? Why not fast track it forever? Why not get rid of all the red tape that slows things down, in my opinion, in California? That's a question for the Democrats. The Democrats have a supermajority in California, so that's up to them. But I hope that this experience teaches them that red tape really doesn't benefit anybody. And also to make fire prevention a priority forever. I mean, California has experienced wildfires for a long time. I think over 30,000 acres were destroyed. And again, I'm saying this from what I'm repeating what I've heard. I'm not saying that what I'm saying is completely accurate, but it was a huge loss. The Pacific Palisades, it was a huge loss, and thank God Governor Newsom has agreed to fast track the building of those homes, the reconstruction of those homes. Homeowners are now allowed to return to their parcels on which their homes sit to either reconstruct the houses or tear down what's left and rebuild, which is great. God bless him for that. Trump had national troops come in and release the water from the Northwest. So there's tons of water now available for people to put out the remaining fires. As I mentioned earlier in the chat here, thank goodness the California wildfires are 95% out. So that's really a blessing. There's been some rain too in the last few days in California. I'm in Southern Nevada, so we get kind of the same weather as LA. And the rain and the cold weather really is going to help put out the fires as well. But again, as of right now, as of Tuesday morning, 8:53 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, the California wildfires are 95% out. And Governor Newsom has agreed to fast track anything it takes to get the permitting process out of the way so people can rebuild their homes or sell the land or do whatever they want to do quickly. And that's a good thing. He's also putting pressure on the insurance companies that provide the hazard insurance on these homes to pay the claims quickly. There's only so much a governor can do. Perhaps Trump will step in and help with that process as well, because insurance companies are regulated by the state. And they're also mandated to have reinsurers. So hopefully that process will happen quickly for the folks in California. God bless all of them, whether they're left or right, doesn't matter, they're Americans. And hopefully California will be more prepared for the next emergency if it happens, and I hope it doesn't. But I would be remiss if I didn't mention the fact that Trump has already sent billions of dollars to the folks in North Carolina, South Carolina, Tennessee, Georgia. I didn't know this, but West Virginia got hit too. J.D. Vance just visited West Virginia. They were affected by the hurricanes. Hurricane Helene really did a number on the East Coast. And I wish the mainstream media would talk about this more. But the folks in North Carolina were living in tents on the parcels on which their homes used to sit that were blown away by the hurricane. And they had to apply to get $750 from the last administration. Well, Trump's going to make sure that that's all fast tracked. There's more money available to them. FEMA is going to go out of its way to make sure anyone that was affected by natural disasters, the fires in California, the hurricanes on the East Coast, he's going to make sure those folks get help right away. And I wish the previous administration would have done that, but the past is gone. We have right now and the future. Hey, Brenda, how are you? May I cod? How are you, Brian, Molly? I'm getting ready to sign off, guys. I just want to come on every morning and say hello, kind of connect with my followers here on TikTok, let you know that I'm a real person, I'm not a bot, and that I'm absolutely 100% a conservative, a Republican, and a Trump supporter, but I'm also an American. We're all Americans. I'm not anti-left. I am not anti-Democrat. I just think the Democrats need to understand that America has spoken very clearly, and that we. Hey, George. Hey, Marvin. Hey, that we're now an America First. We've always been an America First country, but for the last 4 years, that was kind of a not cool thing to say. Well, it's cool to say it now, and that's a blessing for all of us. And again, to all the folks in California, to all the folks on the East Coast who have struggled since the hurricanes, God bless you. I hope the Trump administration and your respective local governments get their acts together and get the help you need right away, because you deserve it. All Americans deserve to be taken care of. We pay a lot in taxes so that there's money to help people like this in these situations, and it's the government's job to get these folks the help they need. I hope that happens in California sooner than later, and I hope the people on the East Coast start to see relief right away with Trump in for a week and a day. What do you guys think? Trump, a week and a day. I'm going to heart you guys. It's been a week and 1 day, and I feel like we're already living in a country that's breathing new air. You guys feel that? Shanzi, Katina, infinite being, I believe that. I'm feeling it. Are you guys feeling it? Rolo, Robbie, how are you? Well, I'm gonna go. Thank you for the love. Conservative Coffee Talk every morning. I'll be here to chat with you, drink some coffee, and talk about what's going to happen in politics and with Trump. And thank you, TikTok, for the platform. Thank you guys for listening. Please follow the channel. I do have a podcast here that I do in Las Vegas. It's called Patriots Only Please. It's in my bio here on TikTok, patriotsonlyplease.com. We talk about politics, conservative politics, Republicans. I think it's a pretty cool podcast. We're heading to our 35th episode. We're pretty proud of that. We're on YouTube and Rumble and Truth Social and Twitter and all the socials. You can find us anywhere, patriotsonlyplease.com. Please message me here if you want to be on the show. We're always looking for guests that have different perspectives than us. And happy Tuesday. Happy Trump week in a day. Happy Taco Tuesday. I appreciate your kind attention, and I'll be back every morning here to do this new conservative coffee talk thing. Hope you'll join me. And again, message me if you have anything you want to talk to me about in terms of politics, what you think I should be covering. I'm happy. I'm wide open to suggestions. I love being a part of the podcast community. I love being part of the live community, and I really appreciate your kind attention this morning. Have a wonderful day. God bless America. Democrat or Republican, we're all in the same boat. We're all Americans. We want the best for everybody. Thank you again for watching. I'll talk to you soon. Thanks, guys. SOLI out. Bye-bye. Happy Tuesday.